Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming out on this somewhat cold day here. I think we're about almost a week away from the December 7th march that we had downtown here, and that's where I met you three. And first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the march that we had here, the March for Justice. And Marcus, if you would, no, you're fine. If you would tell me, why did you want to be a part of the event? Why did you come down there? What did you want to see happen? How did you want to focus everything? What do you want to contribute to what happened last week?
Okay, are you taping this?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were taping. My primary reason for going was not only to support the city of Fort Wayne. Jonathan Ray is a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long, long time. The Reverend Bill McGill is a good friend. I've known him since 2009, maybe 8, 9. But he's a good dude. He said he went to school with Obama. I don't believe it, but that's what he told me. Got a church over there on Rudisill. But, I just went to show my love and support, man. Like, people tell me all the time I'm selfish or, I only think about myself. Well, damn it, that day I thought about everybody else.
But one thing, I'm going to talk with other guys too here, but one thing I want to ask you about, after we started leaving after the original speeches were given, we're going down the street here, we noticed that you were in the street.
Oh, okay.
So what happened, why did you decide to get in the street, and what were you trying to accomplish?
Well, basically, I was just trying to get people to recognize what we were there for. Like, when the speech was over, and I didn't even hear the speech, I wasn't even concerned with the speech, but when the speech was over, they took a walk towards the city-county building, and versus being in the street making some noise, they was quietly walking down the sidewalk. And I thought to myself, well, who the hell gonna know we're having a march if y'all walk on the sidewalk? Because 9 times out of 10, people going home from the mall or out north, they don't give a shit who's standing on the sidewalk. They just gonna zoom right by them.
But they saw about 100 people there though on the sidewalk walking together.
Very true. Now you have to be dumb, deaf, and blind not to notice all them signs, blacks, whites, Asians. Everybody came out. I didn't see any Burmese people or Cambodians or anybody who works at the local gas stations. And they own every one in the black neighborhood. I didn't see one. And I know everybody at every gas station.
Well, but the question is, it seemed like some people had said that you were agitating. How do you respond to that? Because it seemed like that you were verbally debating with somebody out there.
Oh, I debated with a lot of people. Me personally, I don't care for racist people, whether they're Asian, blue, purple, white, green, whether they're your math teacher, your football coach, your ex-boss, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, whatever. I feel like if you can be racist, then you have the balls or the opportunity to tell me to my face that I'm whatever you want to call me, or that, hey, I'm racist. I don't like you. I don't like your kind. You have the opportunity to do that. It's America.
But now they said that to you while you were out there?
No, they ain't gonna say it. And when I say they, I'm talking about white people. White people for years, in the comfort of their own space, their home, even at work. Even your white friends might call you a nigger.
But your black friends call you a nigger too.
Exactly. All day long.
Well,
it hurts personally for me, but I'll accept it because that's our word.
Well,
we earn the right to say that's our word.
I will come back to that because I some issues I want to get into a little bit more deeply. Is it Mr. White?
Yes.
I saw that you were out there on the street also, and you were holding up a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the sign and basically what you got out of the initial part of the protest.
Okay. Initially, I had heard about the protest the day before the protest. I wasn't aware on who was putting the protest on, whether or not it was being sponsored by anyone in particular. I just knew that I had received a message from an uncle saying that he would be out there in the march, and it was for Eric Garner and other murders of unarmed black teens and others this year. There's been an abnormal number of them that have been put in the media. I'm not saying that there is an abnormal number of them, period, because this is something that's been going on for hundreds of years. But in protest, I wanted to get out with my uncle for specifically because I knew, you know, he was representing something I wanted to be a part of.
Who's your uncle?
Jason Jordan, Uncle Jason Jordan. He was also, I mean, you took a picture of us three together. It was me, him, and Jason was the other one in that picture with us. At the end of it, when we were walking off, right at the front of the Martin Luther King Bridge, we took some pictures, and that was Jason. I'm not sure. I don't even know if he contacted him or not. But I had always been averse to marching anyway.
Wait, Jason said that he said that he might have to work today, but we are going to get back together with him.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he probably did have to work. He normally works first shift. But I know I was normally adverse to marching. I mean, I'd never been one that was for it. I didn't think it was very effective. I thought that even through the civil rights era that the real movement happened when they started saying that the peacefulness was something they wanted to get away from. And I think that there were a lot of concessions made to keep it from getting violent, so to say. And so they made a lot of concessions, kind of let us sit down at the table with them. And I think that we did have an opportunity at that point to make some changes, and we made some, but I think we could have gotten more out of what we got. I think that that we took the opportunity just to sit down at the table with them, and we didn't really ask what was being served. And I think we should have asked what was going to be served, and actually asked to have some cooks in the kitchen rather than just take whatever they were given.
Exactly.
And so I had never been one to march, but I also didn't want to be a person that would talk and not be active. So I knew that getting outside would be better than me just sitting at home on the couch talking about looking at all them out there carrying signs and they ain't getting nothing done.
Amen.
I figured I should at least be out there with them carrying a sign, so if there wasn't anything to come out of it, I could at least say I was a part of something. And I tried, you know, and I wasn't just sitting at home being a armchair revolutionary is what some people call it. And so I wanted to get out there and be a part of people. So I held signs and I marched and I walked in the street too. I wasn't like my man here. I wasn't like that. I was behind him. I let him lead the way. We were out there.
You ball hogging. Stop.
My bad.
All right. Well, one more thing here.
Let me say something. I don't mean to cut you off. But I called a lot of my friends right here in Fort Wayne. Credible guys, like guys that people look up to and respect. Maybe they respect them for all the wrong reasons, but hey, let's go over to McLovin's house, man. They're having a good time. I called McLovin. He did not want to show up for the march. Why? Because the Colts were playing.
Okay, now that's a perfect transition to Mr. Young here, because I don't think that you were terribly surprised to know that if the temperature changes 5 degrees, that's enough to keep people home. People look for any excuse not to participate in black events.
Well, that's true to a degree. I mean, basically, if they're going to allow for the temperature to keep them at home, then they're not going to work or school or whatever, you know.
Or a football game.
Or football. No, the football game they're going to go to. No matter, it can be 100 degrees below, and if they got the tickets to go, they're gone.
Yeah.
The primary reason for me to go to this event was to hear what they had to say and see how far the lie was going to go before they decided to really turn it into some truth.
Now the lie, what do you mean the lie?
Well, it's simple. The lie. Until they make some progress on what they claim they're going to do, then it's a lie. See, I've seen this in this city with these people here, these Negropeans here, over and over and over again. They claim they're going to do so much, and give them 24 hours, it's all gone, it's fizzled out, they don't want to have anything to do with it. But as long as their name can be put out there, and they can get some connection like that, get some notoriety or something with it, then they're good to go. See, that is our problem. Too many kings sitting on a throne, and ain't none of them got a throne that's going to be able to sit on. Their thrones are made of paper. They fall in. They do not stand up. They refuse. We were supposed to be marching for the murders. About 480 murders so far this year of black young men, women across the country by police officers. One every 28 hours is what the shot is right now.
Yo.
So if we're going through all of that, if they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and if there's supposed to be something going on, then how come it's a week later and ain't nothing happened as of yet? How come there has been nothing? How many shots? They had a young man shot in the back here. Did they not?
Yep.
2 days later, or a day later after that, same day or whatever, they had a young man shot. He didn't have, they claimed he had a gun on it, but they didn't see a gun in his hand. They claimed this and they claimed that, but they did not produce nothing until after they decided that they want to walk up to the young man, put the gun in his back or in his hand. Hey, he got a gun, brother. Shoot him again. Make sure we got him good. BS, man. Don't y'all see that all they're doing is feeding you what you want to be fed? Like my brother here said, hey, they was in the kitchen cooking, but they wasn't cooking them to boil water. All they was doing was boiling some water to throw on us, to burn us some more.
But the idea of a symbolic presence, are you saying it's time out for that?
Symbolic presence? What good is being a symbolic presence if there's no actions behind it?
Because a symbolic presence is better than no presence. I mean,
Well,
up until now.
Let me ask you this then. If a symbolic presence is better than none, then what, if a ghost was standing out there, symbolically standing out there, and he was waving in the wind and everything, he's a ghost, he's symbolically standing out there, but is his presence worth anything? No, because he's nothing but a flight.
Martin Luther King Bridge is right downtown.
Oh, it's just a bridge with a name on it that they wanted to appease the people
lights
with.
The Martin Luther King
It's just a
Bridge
bridge.
is the new party spot. I'm not kidding you. Every Saturday night from 12 midnight to 6 a.m., come to the bridge. I'll be there. It's going to be juking all night long. Drinks, smoke, cigarettes, girls.
Okay.
You got to be 21 years old to drink, though.
But but back to our focus though.